Your government gave $3.5 million to 2 projects today. Why did your government wait so long to do this? After all, in 2016, the UN Human Rights Commissioner report called out Canada for a lack of access. That was more than 7 years ago.
The work is being done, Evan, and as Mr. Duclos outlined today, you mentioned Frédéric Chabot and you mentioned Joel Doctorow, who are there to talk about their programming. The point is access, and that's what we were trying and did, I think, very well lay out today. And Jill and Frédéric were able to talk about the work that's being done on the ground, the work that is being done for rural women, for example, Indigenous women, those who may not have access to a car and able to drive in order to get an abortion. Access is important, and the work that those grassroots organizations are doing is necessary and absolutely the right way to go right now, and that's what we're doing. This is something that our government has been working on since 2015, Evan. This is not new for us. Women's rights aren't new for us. The fact that women should have the right to choose is not new for us. It is something that we have upheld and we will always uphold. And as the Prime Minister said, options are on the table, but work is being done. Make no mistake, the work is being done.
But Minister, to be fair, you've been in power for more than 7 years, and the work is not new, but the access has not been good. One, you've given today $3.5 million, and I understand that this is part of a pledge to spend over $45 million. But Minister, why doesn't your government simply use the Canada Health Act, which is job is to ensure universality of access? Why don't you do that? Because there is no universality of access. Why not use that over the last 7 years?
And the minister was asked that question earlier, Evan, and I agree with the answer. And that is, when you open up legislation, there are a lot of things to be addressed. You've got to work diligently to look at every single factor. This is not easy work, but it's necessary work. And
Minister, hold on. But Minister, I just respectfully, I will ask about legislation. The Canada Health Act enforcing the Canada Health Act and universality does not require legislation. You could hold back health funds, as your government has done to New Brunswick, but you could use the Canada Health Act without legislation to enforce equal access.
We are doing that, and I'm grateful that you pointed that out. We are doing that, and New Brunswick is a very, very good example of that, Evan. A very good example, because every single Canadian, reserves the right and should not have to pay out of pocket for medical health care. And so this is what you're absolutely right, our government has done to make sure that if provinces aren't in line, if territories aren't in line with that way of thinking, then they will not get the transfers.
But Minister, I know you did it with New Brunswick, but let me just give you the facts. Because in terms of abortion, as your own minister said, access delayed can be the same as access denied. Only 29% of BC hospitals provide abortion services. In Alberta and Saskatchewan, it's 6%. In New Brunswick and Manitoba, it's 4%. In Ontario, it's 17%, according to the Morgentaler clinics. In key provinces, abortion providers are only in urban centers, despite 40% of the population living in rural or remote communities. So it just hasn't been done. And so again, I'll ask, why not use the main instrument of your government's power, which is the Canada Health Act, to make sure there's equal access to rural and remote areas? It just hasn't been done.
As the minister said, as Minister Duclos said earlier, and the Prime Minister has said, all options are on the table. But that takes work, Evan. It takes work, and it takes diligent work. And as I mentioned before, Frédéric and Jill pointed out very well why access and why the monies that were given to them are going to very good use in pointing out that Indigenous, racialized women, rural women need these services. And you're right, access is an issue, and that's what we're working on. And that's what the announcement was about today.
Is there a target in mind for your government? I mean, accountability requires some metrics. So to say that by a certain date, access to an abortion clinic across Canada will be equal and will reach a certain threshold. Is there any target?
As I said, all options are on the table, and we're working. We're working at what needs to be done. We're listening to Canadians. We're listening to grassroots organizations. And of course, I want to point out, these were two announcements today. As Minister Duclos had said earlier, there are many more to come. We will be highlighting in those announcements rural areas, Indigenous areas, areas where access is harder right now. And so we're continuing the work. And I want to point out and wholeheartedly reject that we haven't done anything, because we have. And the proof is there that we have. But this is work that does take time, Evan. It's work that takes time. And I would point to conversion therapy and a bill that is now law. And I would point to that and say it took time. We got unanimous consent, but it took some time.
I understand that, but I'm just focusing on the abortion situation. And again, I'm not saying nothing's been done, but you, by your own admission, access to rural areas and access in many provinces unequal, remote, and dangerously low. I mean, no one's debating that. And the question is, why has it gone on so long? I know the Prime Minister and you have both said today there is no federal legislation protecting abortion rights in Canada, but it's on the table. But you said today in the press conference, Minister, that you're deeply concerned about there will be no rolling back rights. And obviously, this is the timing of this with the United States and the Supreme Court leaked decision that they're going to roll back the Roe v. Wade decision. But if you're so concerned about the potential that this could be rolled back, why doesn't your government introduce federal legislation to prevent abortion access? If there's a legitimate threat, as you suggested today, why not use legislation to protect it?
When the reporter asked me that question, Evan, I was reflecting on the fact that I was sick. I had COVID, as you mentioned. And so I was seeing this news break literally from my bed. I was seeing all of this happen and was very adamant, very, very adamant that we will not see this happen. But at the same time, we have a situation now where the Charter provides the health care that is needed for Canadian women. We think and we know that it is strong. And so we are focusing on access. I am highly concerned. I'm highly concerned about any rights that would be threatened, any of them.
All right, Minister, I do have to leave it there. Women and Gender Equality Minister Marci. Ian, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.
Pleasure to be with you, Evan. Take good care.